what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Embiid, you thought I was done with you, bro? Nah, Embiid. Nah, Embiid. I'm still on your neck, boy. I'm still on your neck, Ken and Rudy and boy. Listen, I got so much hate on my Joel Embiid video when I was just stating pure facts. For some reason, Sixer fans, there's this cult of Embiid fans, or whatever the case may be, who came in my comment section so mad. And I even said it on my last live. I said it on my live stream, not this last one, but the one before that I was going to be doing an Embiid video. Unfortunately, I got caught up in more NBA news and stuff like that. But Embiid, you got my phone texting today, bro. Listen, Joel Embiid will never be a superstar in the NBA. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The guy has no dog in him. None. And for some reason, people were comparing him to Jalen Brunson, saying, oh, Jalen Brunson flops for fouls. He does this, he does that. There is a complete difference. When it comes down to the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson doesn't rely on fouls unless it's completely obvious that he can get it. When he goes to the paint, he's not looking to get a foul. He's looking to get a bucket to tie the game up or to keep the game close. Embiid, every time he gets into the paint, he wants a foul. Instead of trying to score and letting a foul be natural or trying to score, he's always looking for the foul. Look what Harden did to him in the fourth quarter in Game 6. Look what Harden did to him in Game 6. Anytime in the fourth quarter, Embiid got the ball, he tried to get Harden in foul trouble. He tried to get the foul, and the referees let them boys play, and you saw what happened. The Knicks won. This is your superstar, Philly? This is your superstar. This is who you want to build your franchise around. A 7'2" James Harden. At least with James Harden, even Brandon said it himself. At least James Harden's a guard. So guards try to get fouls because their whole job is to score. This dude's a 7'2" center. How in the world the dude is a 7'2" center built like a semi-truck. How are you trying to get fouls? How? The guy always comes into the season out of shape, but this is who you want to build your franchise with? And listen, look, I get to a certain point why the Philadelphia 76ers don't want to trade Embiid. They want to keep building around Embiid because they went through like a 3 to 5 year stretch of horrible season after horrible season after horrible season to quote trust the process. And like just imagine being a Sixers fan or liking the 76ers and going and being in the Sixers organization and being a horrible team for 82 games for 3 to 5 seasons. So I understand why they want to try with Joel Embiid, especially since, the process, it failed. Let's just look at the history of the process. You guys got Ben Simmons. Listen. Joel Embiid ruined Ben Simmons. Ever since Joel Embiid went on that stage and called out Ben Simmons, and said, I can't be the only one scoring. We need Ben to show up and threw Ben under the bus. He's never been the same. Granted, Ben Simmons needs to man up and needs to realize he's a multi-million dollar NBA player and needs to actually score. But at the same time, you don't throw your teammates under the bus. Jalen Brunson wouldn't have done that. Steph Curry, I'm trying to think of other people. Even Jason Tatum, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't throw their teammates under the bus. But yet this bozo, you have a point guard who you grew up with, because let's be real, they came around in the league. I think Embiid was 2014, Simmons was 15. You can't throw your guy under the bus like that. You can call him out behind closed doors and say, what are you doing? But you can't call him out like that in the locker room. You had Jimmy Butler for a year. You had a lineup of Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, and Al Horford. And lost to Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry Raptor team. Make that make sense, bro. Make that make sense. And Jimmy, listen, if you want to beat on your team, this might be a video for another day, but looking at it, Jimmy Butler stays with the Miami Heat, and you have the lineup of Jimmy, Hero, you put Bam at the 4 and Embiid at the 5. I guess that could work. But at the same time, bro, listen, Jimmy, are you sure you want this clown? Aren't you going to curse him out when he's trying to flop for fouls in the fourth quarter instead of trying to score? Aren't you going to slap him and say, actually try to score in the fourth quarter? We need points instead of flopping like a fish? Jimmy might Michael Jordan. Jimmy might be like his father, Michael Jordan, this dude, and punch him right in his jaw like Jordan did to Steve Kerr. Then you had the whole James Harden experiment, which and you know what's crazy, right? This idiot Joel Embiid, he literally went once again. Joel Embiid has the nerve, averaging 4 points in the fourth quarter, averaging 15 points in a game 5 or 6. Has the audacity to sit here and say, well, me and Harden can't be the only one scoring. He throws his whole team under the bus for James Harden, who left them anyways. Just make that make sense. That's like you know what that's like? That's like you taking up for your girlfriend over your family, and your girlfriend still leaves you. You took up for you took up for the guard version of you. Joel Embiid, if you were 6'5", this would be you. James Harden. It takes a choker to know a choker. And I remember that game, and I remember that game 7 against Boston too. It was hilarious watching these two bozos choke it up. They were choking it up like they were chewing on. They like they ate their lunch too quickly. You took up for this clown just for him to leave you, just for you guys to get to the second round twice. And then B, weren't you hurt for most of that series too? I remember you flopping and crying with the stupid your black mask, like you're like LeBron James with the Miami Heat, bro. You're not Bron, bro. Sorry. And then Joel Embiid, the team's all yours. You get Tyrese Maxiell, who has his coming out party this year. And listen, look, I should have probably did a video about this last year, but I'm gonna do it now. I always liked Tyrese Maxiell. I always thought Tyrese Maxiell was a great number 2. Do I think he's a number 1? Probably not. I don't see him being a number 1, but he's a great number 2. Like if you give him to a prime LeBron, a prime Curry, something along those lines, he'll be amazing. But you have a great number 2, Embiid. This is your team now. You got Nick Nurse, who's a NBA champion, and you lost to the Knicks. You lost to the Knicks who are injured and who have basically bench players as starters. Dante and Josh Hart are bench players who are starters right now. OG was injured for some of this series. Brunson was injured for some of this series, and you still couldn't win. You still couldn't win. Mitchell Robinson injured for this series. Our backup center was injured, and you still couldn't win. You know why you couldn't win, Embiid? Because you're a crying loser. Bro, most of this guy's points come from the free throw line. Make that make sense. A 7'2" center. Most of his points come from the free throw line. How pathetic do you have to be? How lame do you have to be that majority of your points don't come from you dunking the ball? You have a free shot, Embiid, but yet you choose to go to the free throw line. You choose to go to the free throw line every single time when it matters the most. When the Knicks were up 4, when you guys were up 4, when you need to score, you were trying to get fouls, and then throwing your hands up in the air, looking at the refs instead of going back and playing defense. When it was your fault that you're going back on defense, it's your fault the team had the ball. Now, granted, I'm happy you lost because you lost to my Knicks and we're in the second round, about to go to the conference championship. But at the same time, Embiid's never going to be a superstar. He could be a great star in the league. Like I said, if Jimmy Butler is willing to, put him at the 5, put Bam at the 4, Tyler at the 2, and Jimmy would have to be the 2. Well, Jimmy had to be the 3, Tyler had to be the 2. Well, they'll figure it out. I don't know. That's not my problem. Maybe it could work in the Heat. Maybe, especially since Jimmy Butler's going to be the guy. But he's not a superstar. He doesn't deserve that MVP. I changed my whole mind, bro. I made a video saying he deserves the MVP. No, they should have gave it to Nikola Jokic. They should have gave it to Joker. And maybe if Joker would have won it last year, SGA could have won it this year. But it is what it is, man. This guy's a fake superstar. He's not even he's just a star. That's all he is. I'll give him that. He's a star. He puts up his numbers. He puts up his rebounds. He has talent. But once again, out of shape, no dog mentality, fishes for fouls, and he's just a clown. He's just a borderline clown and takes no responsibility, none. And that's not a superstar. And for all you Embiid fans who come to my comment section, if you come to my comment sections, go away. Go away. do something to yourself. But that's my thoughts. What are yours? RJ out.